Hello, I'll be doing a little NFL midseason recap of what's been going on throughout the NFL and all these 32 teams. So let's jump right into it. So let's start with the Arizona Cardinals. They've been playing pretty well with D-Hop and Kyler Murray. It's been a great duo, honestly, but not necessarily the best, but I still think they're doing pretty good. They're 2-0 against NFC West opponents, beating Seattle and my team, San Francisco 49ers. Very disappointed in that game in week 1. Pass offense has been working really well. The run game, though, they need to utilize their backs a lot more than pass. Chase Edmonds replacing Kenyon Drake with the injury. The offensive line also needs to do a little. I'm not saying they're bad, but just work on their blocking as well. Atlanta Falcons. Many of you know what has happened to this team. Too many blown leads, too many bad play calls, and that results in a bad season. Dan Quinn fired means another replacement. So Raheem Morris is replacing Julio Jones. Their pass attack is great, but without Julio Jones, it's good, but not great. So he's unable to stay consistent, and he's just unhealthy with those injuries a lot. They're also 1-1 against NFC South opponents. Buffalo Bills, good but not great season. I would say that the addition of Stephon Diggs was helpful for their pass attack. They have obviously great back of Devin Singletary. He's not putting up the greatest numbers, but he's still doing great. In both of their losses this season, they've made critical mistakes, especially Josh Allen, throwing interceptions, fumbling, or just making bad decisions on throwing or pass, run, scramble, And then their defense is struggling against the run. If you saw the Chiefs game, you would probably know what happened. Clyde Edwards-Helaire just ran all over them. The Baltimore Ravens, so troubling season, but still good record. Lamar is not playing at an MVP caliber. I don't know what's been going on with him, but he's not playing like he was last year. Maybe it's the defense as well. 2-1 against AFC North opponents. And these are 2 key points. If you put Mark Ingram back in the starting lineup, they might have a better run attack. I'm not saying J.K. Dobbins is bad, but he wasn't, in my opinion, the right guy to draft. You should have drafted a receiver. It didn't even have to be CD or Jerry Jeudy. Just draft an extra receiver. Acquiring Calais Campbell, I did not like that decision. He's a great pass rusher, but he's getting old. Carolina Panthers, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, one of the greatest receiving duos in the league. 1-3 against NFC South opponents, and with McCaffrey back coming in week 9, they probably have a better run attack with Mike Davis as well. The defense needs to stop allowing so many points and so much yardage because all their losses have come because of that. So, Cincinnati Bengals, they not a very surprising season, honestly. Joe Burrow's still finding his rhythm with his offense. They're They're 0-3 against AFC North opponents. They've shocked the league with that win over the Titans last week. I didn't really watch the game, but it was kind of shocking when I heard that news. Still a good season though, without the greatest chemistry. Now the Cleveland Browns, they've had a good season, not great, good. OBJ, he's out for the season, torn ACL. That's pretty unfortunate because of their great season this year. 2-2 against AFC North opponents. Baker Mayfield has improved since his rookie year, but he's not proven to the league that he's Pro Bowl caliber at all. Freddie Kitchens, though, when he got fired, it probably did benefit this offense. So, the Chicago Bears, shocking season to me. I doubt they'll get to the NFC Championship, though. Like, if they play Seattle, I just don't think they can win. Even if they lose by like 2 points. I mean, I don't know. But Nick Foles, he's the same old Nick Foles. Great quarterback. Good quarterback is what I mean. Defense is playing great. Chicago's been known for the defense, and points allowed. Look back at your NFL history books. You have the 85 Bears and Monsters of the Midway in the early and late 2000s. 1-0 against NFC North opponents. Offense, overall, they're playing at a slow tempo. They just need everything they do just seems slow, is what I mean. So they need to, get the ball out much quicker. Dallas Cowboys, they've had a tough season. Without Dak Prescott, they're probably not even close to a playoff contender. Their offense struggling, Zeke can't put up numbers he's used to putting up. The receiving core just can't get catches because of the defenses. So they're 1-1 against NFC East opponents. Their defense, they just need to play more intention and more effort, I would say. Denver Broncos, their season been the same since their Super Bowl team. Different since their Super Bowl team. Gone downhill. They never really had that franchise quarterback since John Elway, really. Peyton was a great quarterback, but he wasn't, I don't consider him franchise quarterback. They're 1-1 against AFC West opponents. Their defense, though, it's not Chicago's defense with the balance of defensive backs, linebackers, and D-line and all that. They have a great secondary. Chris Harris. No, my bad. Kareem Jackson leading that. But the defense overall, they're not really good. Von Miller, without him, struggle. So, yeah. Detroit Lions, not a shocking season, great talent, but can't control it and figure out ways to win consistently. 0-2 against NFC North opponents. Start strong in the first quarter, then lose leads in the second quarter. And third quarter as well. DeAndre Swift, he's been a huge improvement to their run game, but also the pass game to the check down and all that. So that's a huge upgrade. The Packers, another good season. They played a lot of easy teams though. I won't say easy though, but I mean like fine teams. Like they're not bad, they're not great. Their defense though has been slowed down a lot more. It's Darius Smith in there. 2-1 against NFC North opponents. Aaron Rodgers, not at his best. It's become a 3-man show on offense, which I don't like at all. With Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, and Aaron Rodgers, so they need to fix that. Houston Texans, they've had a tough schedule. I just feel bad for them. I mean, you played like 6 out of your first 7 games. They're all 2019 playoff teams. You had Kansas City, Tennessee. Tennessee's in their division, but still. You had the Vikings and a few more teams, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. 1-1 against AFC South opponents. Firing Bill O'Brien was probably their best bet at getting back on track from last season. Trading D-Hop, I think everyone knows they got the worst of that trade. For them, that was one of the worst trades they could ever make. For Cardinals, probably the best. The Colts, very, very underrated team this year. No one even talks about them. I mean, they got Phillip Rivers, huge quarterback upgrade. Defoe, DeForest Buckner, he helped out that pass rush there. He also had Xavier Rhodes to help that cornerback crew. So, I think they're a very good team this year, honestly. But I'm not sure if they could get very far in the playoffs. Their offense, very efficient and effective. I mean, they have Jack Doyle still and T.Y., but can't remember those. Mo Alley Cox, I mean, he's been very effective as well. Like I said, DeForest Buckner, huge upgrade. Our last team for part 1. So, Kansas City Chiefs. Honestly, I don't know why, but everybody keeps talking about other teams and how they're doing better than last season. But talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, obviously I'm still salty about them beating San Francisco last year in the Super Bowl. 49er fan here. They're like 7-1, and no one talks about them. That's the best start they've had for a while. They could be 8-0 without the loss to the Raiders. Hardly talked about even the reigning champs. 2-1 against AFC West opponents. And the run game with Clyde Edwards-Helaire has worked well. That was a great pickup for them. Damian Williams, he's a good back, but he's not the best. I won't say he's even top 20 for a running back, honestly. I don't think he's that good. He's kind of slow, honestly, compared to Helaire. But they're utilizing the run more than last year. The pass attack as well. So yeah, I think these first 16 teams, I'd summarize them up. I'd say they've all had some slow starts, except for the Cardinals and probably the Packers, and probably the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's the cap off the video. See you in part 2 coming soon. Bye.